Well, who would you say, so a couple things here, who would be your ideal customer and why should they choose you when they're, I mean, you're not the only guy that obviously does this. There's 1,000 different people that do internet and websites and, you know, now AI does it. So why should they choose the local guy here, someone like you, to manage their website and their SEO and all those? Who would be your ideal customer? Probably a moron like me that knows nothing about computers.
Well,
and why should they choose you?
Okay, it's very interesting. First of all, let me just tackle the AI thing.
Yeah.
AI is good as long as you put some humanality into it.
Sure.
And I understand
human input into it.
Right. I understand there's some AI out there that has an automatic human checker.
Oh, okay.
But what is to tell that human checker whether it's human or not?
Oh, that's
human
true.
enough or not? I would say, you know, use AI to come up with
some general ideas.
The general, but you still need to go in and add your own thoughts and opinions to it.
Oh, absolutely. I think people can notice that.
And we use AI, but we don't use it a lot. We use it just to get ideas.
Sure.
And then we expound on the ideas human.
Which the
with our own
human touch
opinions.
Always makes a difference.
Oh, that's what she said. Anyway.
That's true.
I've been around a lot longer than most of your younger website companies and things that are out there. So, how do I say this? A lot of the older web guys are gonna. Jenna's dad, you know Jenna Gia from Syntax Automotive.
Okay.
Her dad is a web developer from back, like we're talking
in the
90s.
Okay.
90s, even before me.
A lot different.
Which was early 2000s for me, late 90s, early 2000s. He's more early 2000s or early 90s. And it is funny because when he and I talk, we get on these conversations that just like, it's amazing because a lot of these new and younger website companies, I'm not saying they're bad.
Sure.
They're not bad, but they're kind of coined and canned into, all we do is WordPress websites, and all we do is everything, all our programs and softwares are based on WordPress plugins and extensions and things of that nature. Right?
Okay.
I was building websites back in Dreamweaver when Macromedia owned Dreamweaver.
That was a good song right there.
Before Adobe even bought Macromedia, you know, and thank God they got rid of Flash, you know.
Yeah,
and,
good thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're saying there, but I have no idea what Flash is.
There'll be a lot of people that don't understand. Flash was on-screen animation. Yeah, Flash was done like the old Mickey Mouse cartoons where everything was built in layers.
I don't.
To make a mouse move.
Oh, sure.
You know, like if you write a stick figure on the corner of a notebook and you flip it, and the stick figure moves, so that means layers. It's layers. Okay. So Flash was built in layers, but Flash, when it came to SEO, when SEO came on the scene, search engine optimization.
Yeah.
Your search engines, when they go to index your website, they would index Flash as a separate thing from your website.
Okay.
Whereas now everything's done with JavaScript, which is good because JavaScript's coded in a way where it's viewed by Google as being a part of your website versus us indexing it as a separate thing from your website.
Oh, okay.
So Flash really kind of killed SEO. And they tried at the end, the programmers really tried to work it to where they finally realized, you know what, we're just going to kill it. You know, the JavaScript, especially with HTML5 and Superscript and things of that nature, they're able to do things now with Java that
a lot better technology.
In some ways surpasses what Flash was.
Okay.
You know? And I love me some JavaScript. Yeah. Anyway.
So who is your ideal customer then?
I'm sorry.
Because I'm not. I'm just trying to keep us.
Keep us on track. But the ideal customer
want people to understand that.
Yeah.
There's some interesting things out there to know about all this stuff. So I'm glad that you're expounding on that.
A perfect fit for us, of course, somebody that has money.
Sure.
But they understand, like they have a good, and we try to educate them as much as possible. But we have some business owners that are like, oh, you built me a website, I should automatically get tons of business. It doesn't work that way.
Okay.
Okay. Or I'm doing all this SEO, and they did 1 month of SEO, and they're like, I should see all these people should be ringing my phone. No, it doesn't. SEO is organic. It works over a period of time, like going to the gym.
Yeah, when you
Google advertising, doing PPC ads or pay-per-click or pay-per-call ads. Yeah, they'll get your phone ringing immediately. And we'd love to do that, but nobody likes to pay the cost.
Sure. Okay.
You know, and it's so funny. It's like, you want immediate leads, and I can get you that, but you're not. And it's like the Border Patrol in Texas, you know. We want them to do all this stuff, but yet we're not willing to give them, our government's not willing to give them the resources to
sure.
do what they need to do. Oh yeah, well Biden said, you know, I sent 1,500, you know, people down there to help out with it. But yeah, they send them to the processing center, not to the actual Border Patrol.
Yeah,
you know.
Exactly.
Anyway, that's a whole nother topic.
No, yeah, exactly.
But it's that same way. You know, if you got good money and you can pay, you know, us to manage your Google advertising, and then have a good solid ad budget to the side that's between you and Google, man, we can get you there. We can get that phone ringing. You know,
okay.
But it's a process. It's not a Staples easy button. Boom, everything's easy. You know, it's a process.
Okay.
And I would say an ideal client for us is somebody who allow us to educate them at the same time. You know, understand. You know, it is a process. I do know it's not an overnight thing. And you know, we get you into a good website that's relational, not just informational.
Okay, yeah.
You know, we get a lot of real estate agents that come to us and they're like, yeah, I want a website and I want you to put $500 to $1 million homes on the website. You know, I'm like, why? Because that's what I sell. Okay, in this area, when was the last time you saw $1 million home that, you know, was for sale? You know, usually somebody needs to die and it's an estate. You know, or they're moving out of the country or somewhere else, you know, and normally homes like that are generational, you know, and I'm not saying that in all cases, but, you know, no, let's don't show pictures of houses on your website that are $500,000 to $1 million. When was the last time you sold $1 million home? Yeah, you could be a young buck, just now a real estate agent, just got your license, you know, you're all gung-ho, you want to show $500 to $1 million. You know, I understand your business more than you do, you know. Maybe not the legal real estate rules and all that stuff. You know, of course, my mom is a real estate agent, but
how it resonates with people.
Yeah, instead, let's show a couple of kids in the backyard, bright green grass, brand new backyard, golden retrievers chasing them, or they're chasing the golden retriever.
Yeah.
Mom's in the back porch sipping wine at the backyard, brand new backyard furniture. Dad's at the brand new grill, flipping burgers, you know.
Yeah.
Like, wow. I want that. Or a young couple on their brand new couch in front of the brand new fireplace, just snuggling, looking at each other in their eyes, you know. Or mom and dad in the kitchen with their 3-year-old daughter on a step stool. Dad's got flour on his face, and they're just laughing, having a good time making cookies in their brand new kitchen.
Yeah, that's going to resonate with people.
Yeah, because when somebody, it's going to connect with somebody emotionally and mentally, because when somebody sees that, what's going to happen is they're going to be like, you know, I want that exact same experience. So therefore, I'm going to contact this real estate agent, I'm going to buy a house. Or, I remember the last time I bought a brand new house, and we had some really good times in that house.
Yeah.
I'm going to get out of this apartment, and I want to get another house because I want more experiences like that.
All right.
Okay? So, it's connected. That's what I mean by being relational. So many of these younger website companies are approaching everything robotically. Oh, what do you want on your website? Let me just build what you want. You know, I don't give a flipping crap what you want on your website. I care about, why are your customers buying? Why are they hiring you?
All right.
And then let's reverse engineer from that and build an amazing website. And do some amazing marketing. Because I don't care if I make you happy. I care about making them happy. Because when they're happy, they want to buy from you more, or they want to hire you more.
Yeah.
You might want your website in purple and green. But if people in your industry are buying because of brown and yellow, guess what colors we're going with?
Brown and yellow.
You want to look pretty, you want to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to grow and scale your business? It's not rocket scientist. You go to not where the customers are at. You go to where they're going to be.
Anticipate what they want, yeah.
Bingo.
All right.
So there's psychology behind it. And a lot of these younger website companies, they're just building what the customer wants instead of what the customer actually needs.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that's.
And I've been around for a really long time. I've seen the psychology of this happen over the years. Over the last, I mean, I've been doing this for 22 years, but I've ran my company for 17 years.
Yeah.
You know, and I've seen this time in and time out. Customers coming in, customers going out, customers going out of business. Why? Because and when I was young in business, I decided to make a website based on what the customer wanted instead of what they needed to grow their business. So I'd rather create a website and do their online marketing to what is going to be relational, not informational. What is actually going to, we're dealing with humans, not robots here.
Yeah.
You know? And so instead of just showing your product, like, you know, when was the last time you saw a Coke commercial where it didn't have a human in it?
Yeah.
You know, it's not about the Coke itself, it's about the human enjoying
Yeah,
it.
their experience with
Like,
drinking
wow,
the Coke.
so refreshing. You know, I want to feel that. Damn it, I don't even drink Coke, but I'm going to go buy me a Coke because that looks so amazing what that guy was. I want to feel that refreshment. So anyway, that's my story.
No. Well, you.
Sorry if it went on longer than.
No.
I'm very passionate about this.
No, that's good. I mean, you want to.
And I get companies that come to me and they're like, "Want to do all this marketing? How many people went to your website last month?" I don't know. You can track that. Yeah, we can track that. So you don't know how many sales you got off your website? No. Do you know how many sales you got off of? How many people are coming to your Facebook? Oh, you can track that? Yeah, you can track that. I didn't know. So how are you able to come up with your KPIs, your key performance indicators, based on, you know, your numbers on how to run your business? We don't know how many people are coming to your website, how many people are visiting your Facebook, and how many people are actually buying from you because of your Facebook or your website. I didn't know you could track that. How are you running your business? Can you track how many screws you put in a deck?
Man, you're killing me here because I'm not doing much of that.
No, but so many people want to cry about, oh, my business isn't working right, and I use this marketing guy. Did the marketing guy, before he talked to you about marketing stuff, did he actually sit down and talk to you about where your numbers are at? What are the nuts and bolts of your business? Because if they're not speaking in those realms, you need to run.
Okay.
Anybody that says they'll get you to the top of Google immediately, run. Nobody can guarantee that. Why? Because there's always another business out there just like yours where they've got it together. They're watching their numbers. And they know exactly how much things cost. And once they know how much things cost and where things are at numbers-wise, they know what they need to put into marketing. Those are the customers I want to work with, are the people that actually know their numbers. Because when they know their numbers, they know exactly what they need to do in marketing, and they're like, hell yeah, I'll pay you. I'll pay you whatever it costs because I've got to accomplish A, B, and C to reach my targets and reach my goals. But with you guys, you got business owners out there that have no idea. They can't even set goals because they have no idea where they're at.
Well, that's true.
No idea. They have no spreadsheet. They have no pen and paper even to keep track of their numbers. And some of these people, I'm like, how are you even running a business? Okay, just because you're good at plumbing doesn't mean you need to run a plumbing business. How much is pipe? How much is the glue to put the pipe together? How much is it going to take in gas to get to that appointment to fix that pipe? And how much are you going to pay an apprentice to help you to do that? It's all...
No. You gotta
like, look, revenue is vanity, but profit is sanity. So many people, that's why I said, what you measure improves, and what improves gets managed better. But it's waking people up, business owners up, to get them to start measuring things. When they start measuring things, then they start getting a real clear picture of what their targets and their goals need to be, and then they'll come up with, you know what, this is where I need to market, and this is how I need to market.
Man.
It all comes around circle.
No, you threw a lot there.
I know. All right, next question.
No.
Sorry about that, bro.
No.
I get very passionate about this.
Well,
I'm sweating right now.
No, quite honestly, though, that is what I want people to know about your business and about you, because why?
Hey, don't become my client if you don't want me to give you the reels.
Well, no.
Because I will give you the reels. And if you're uncomfortable with the reels, then go with some schmozzy company that's not just gonna build whatever you want instead of what your business actually needs.
Okay.
Don't maybe I'll come in and run your business for you.
Well, it sounds like you pretty much summarize who you're looking for and why people should go for you. So I do like that. Once again, not blowing smoke, although you're going to be blowing smoke there real soon.
This street talker is amazing.
Do you believe that networking is important to expanding a small business and growing your business?
Yes, but not for every business.
Okay. Briefly explain why you believe that.
Well, if you're in a niche, a specific niche, you want to get into the networking groups that are specific to that niche.
Sure.
If you're in a networking group where there's nowhere even close to the niche that you're working in, then you're now if you're there to build a relationship with people, that's one thing.
Sure.
You know, like our group that we're a part of, it's very good for me. You know, because people have all different sorts of businesses, and Revolution Web Studios is good for that. I would never market CyberPro's SEO there, though,
Sure.
because CyberPro's SEO is specifically for IT, MSPs, and cybersecurity companies. They don't have anything like that in that group. But I'm a part of other groups. But networking is amazing to build a relationship because you never know who somebody might know.
That's exactly it.
You know?
I like that.
So I got a little story to tell you about that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll try to make it quick.
No.
So,
go ahead and speak, man.
I was doing business development for a chiropractic group in Austin. Chiropractic has been around for like almost 40 years. As a matter of fact, he's one of the
chiropractor?
Yeah,
or
chiropractor. No, it was a chiropractor in Austin.
Okay,
but
gotcha.
in my young days.
Okay.
I'm talking in my 20s.
Okay.
Actually, my mom worked for them when she was younger, and then when I got older, I worked for it. So we were friends with the family and everything. Anyway, I worked for them as business developer. That's actually when I first started playing around with websites because I built them a website and didn't know what I was doing. I'm talking, dude, I was young. I was in my 20s.
Okay.
You know, just barely trying to figure out who I was in life, you know. Got a new baby on the way, and that was Jonathan, my son. And,
Okay.
And, so anyway. He gave me a challenge. I went to the oldest first networking group that ever existed in Austin. It was
Okay.
called the Austin Executives Association, and we met at the Westwood Country Club. Ooh, man, talk about some good lunches. Westwood Country Club, and we met there every Wednesday around noon, and we're talking hodgepodgey, bougie type business owners. You know?
Okay.
We're talking people that rubbed. Back then, they rubbed shoulders with like Bush, who was governor, you know, and went to church with them and stuff like that. And, so we're talking on that level, right? And I went back, and my boss, you know, who was very active in that group in those circles and knew those people, you know, and so he said, "Well, so what did you think of the networking groups?" I never did anything like that, but it was awesome. Man, I met some really cool people, man. Some of these people are like super important, you know. We met the police chief of Austin, and you know, then the mayor came and spoke one time, and then we had, you know, I mean, all these like top people, you know, and I was just like, wow, this is so freaking crazy, you know. And so he said, "Really, you like that?" And I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Man, I would love to meet, you know, after going through this and we've been going for a while and meeting all these people, I would love to meet, you know, the most top influential people in Austin." And he goes, "Really, would you?" Yeah, evidently he knew something I did. So, he's like, I'll tell you what, I'll give you a challenge. 3-month challenge. In 3 months, I want you to go on a trek to meet the most top 100 most influential people in the city of Austin. And I was like, "Really? The top 100? And he goes, "The top 100. I said, "You know what? I can do that." So, and I said, "Now, will you," and he goes, "I'll still pay you for the time, as long as it's an actual meeting with somebody.
Sure.
And you can prove it and everything else." But he knew me. He was great. He actually helped pay for some of my college. He was a good boss.
Okay.
And man of God, really good, you know, very encouraging. You know, he was the one that said, "No, don't put him on meds because of his hyperactivity. Just help him channel that energy to something positive." You know?
Okay.
He's the one that helped counsel my mom with that. And so anyway, so I went on this track. That would be the most top one. Now I met with Charles Betts, which was the head guy over the Downtown Austin Alliance. I met with some lobbyists. I met with some senators. I met with some top tier lawyers. I met with Dirk. Oh, I can't remember his last name. He was the guy that was over the UT Law School professor, the head professor there. I met these people that were over the water and waste management. I was going to meetings with the LCRA, the Lower Colorado River Authority. Like people, I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. I don't even know who these people are, but I'm going to shake their hands and do all this other stuff. And One of my early mentors when I had my demolition company was Kurt Simons.
Okay.
Simon Properties.
Okay.
Who created the whole Southgate Mall area, you know,
Yes.
developed all that. So he actually at one point owned, him and his brother owned most of 183 before it developed.
Oh,
And
wow.
it looks nothing like it does today. We're talking back in the park, back in the day when Lone Star Skate Park was out there, and it was just all trees and shrubs and just land, you know.
Okay.
And there was no old Mopac, no flyover, crossover, curbs overs, none of that existed. Lakeline Mall wasn't even there. I mean, that was all trees and field and shrubs.
Okay.
You know, and there was no Anderson Mill. Anderson Mill Road was like the farthest road out, you know, at that time.
Okay.
And met him, and really great guy. Was a mentor. Mentored me on every demolition project I had. Amazing heart, and just man, I just love that guy. You know, he's a multi-millionaire. You know?
Okay.
And anyway, I forgot where I was going, but.
I wouldn't.
The top 100. So, sorry. Hello, Robin.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
It was a bucket full of shiny red balls I got to show.
No.
Anyway, I learned at the end of that 3 months when I went back, and he was like, "Well, Jeremy, so what'd you learn?" And I go, "Wow, you probably already knew this." And he goes, "Oh, well, it depends on what you're getting ready to say." And I said, I learned that in the midst of trying to get to know the top most 100 influential people in Austin, that there's 1,000 other influential people.
Oh, sure.
That makes the city work.
There you go.
It makes it run, and they're doing some pretty freaking amazing. It was so encouraging. I mean, it just really bolstered me up in business and in working with people and coaching them and now when I see somebody gets poo-poo on themselves, I'm like, man, you don't even know your own freaking potential. Spend an hour with me and I'll get you thinking in a whole different direction.
All right.
And so hope that, you know, I don't know, there was no question attached to that, but
That's all right.
yeah.
You're spitting knowledge. That's what we're here for.
I'm getting ready to be 50, so I've done a lot, I've seen a lot, I've been involved a lot, you know, and I'll tell you what, man, being relational is key.
Okay.
You know, you hear people that say, well, I don't have very many friends. Do you make yourself friendly? Because you probably don't have friends because you are not friendly.
That probably is one of
such a true principle.
Sure.
You want to make friends, make yourself friendly.
Well, it almost sounds like, so what would be some of the best advice? Okay, so briefly, if you could tell me, what's the best advice you've been given from, say, a mentor or a business owner you trust, and then what would be some good advice you would give to someone, an aspiring business owner?
Okay, that's easy. All right, so for the best advice I got, again, was Artie Byrne.
Okay.
I won't tell you his business name or anything like that. I don't want people to, you know, go after him or whatever. You know, try to get advice from him. But
Sure.
he's very dear friend of mine. I call him Uncle Artie.
Okay.
Because he's part Italian and I don't know. We knew each other. I was doing 4 to 5 networking groups a week.
Okay.
And so I was spending 4 days out of the week. Some of those days going to 2 networking groups just to get to know people. And this is the early days of my business. You know, just trying to grow it and, you know, scale it and things like that. And I met Artie, and we were a part of a lot of the same. We're talking like external B&I groups. You know, people in the groups that were not homegrown networking groups.
Yeah.
Groups, organic groups. And our Uncle Artie, you know, he was the one that sat me down, only being a year and a few months into my new business venture, and he was the one that said, you know, you're doing all the right things, you're just doing it in the wrong way. And he has been so amazing. He has different levels. You know, when you first meet him, it's coffee level, and then it's burger level, and then it's, hey, why don't you come up to the house? We're gonna, you know, out in Lakeway, we're gonna, you know, grill some steaks and let's have some wine and let's, you know, have a few hours where we really get into the meat of it.
Okay.
And he's showed some things about myself that has broken my heart, that I didn't realize that I had stigmas or so set on stubborn about something that I didn't realize was wrong, you know. It took me a lot to start a second business where I was just focused on a niche because I like to help everybody.
Sure.
But I also realized that when you focus on a niche and become good about that niche and become knowledgeable about that niche, then you become an expert in that niche.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? And which I am. And so that was the best advice somebody ever gave me. And the second part to that advice is create a process. Put a process in place. And even if you have to create the process yourself, and you work that process and you do run everything through that process until you hate that process. Until you're sick of that process. And you don't change a thing until the process dictates to you that something needs to be altered or changed.
All right.
And he was the one that got me, everything is digital in my world, but he was the one that got me into creating a folder for every client. And in that folder is a very select pieces of paper and then I have a checklist, a cover sheet, that's a checklist. Nobody knows about a huge file cabinet of all my clients dating all the way back to 2006.
Okay.
And I keep track of everything. And I have never altered that process. There are things that have altered in that process because the process dictated that I needed to alter something.
Sure.
Because now we're doing SEO, social media. We're a full-on digital marketing agency. We're no longer just a website company.
Okay.
And because of that, we've had to add to that and everything.
Yeah, you have to evolve with the...
I am very well versed and experienced in developing a process. And what I didn't know is he set off a little bomb inside me. It went off later, and I was on a timer. What I realized is by having a process, you become more confident in what it is that you're doing. When you become more confident in what it is that you're doing, it's easier to execute.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're confident about what needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what needs to be happening. And when you reach that point, it's so easy to execute. It's like, yeah, no problem, I got this. Let's just roll on through. Balls to the walls. Let's just do it. You know,
Okay.
take the bull by the horn and freaking make it rock for you. You know.
Yeah.
And it's been total life changing. And then also seeing a lot of things that God has done. And the best advice I would give to somebody else is the same advice. Look, come up with a process.
Okay.
Learn your KPIs. Learn your numbers. Don't just be a business that looks at your bank account once a week, you know, but look at it all the time, because when you look at it all the time, there's something inside of you that changes.
What can motivate you either way?
Yeah, it changes the way that you think. You know, did you know that there's 5 parts of your brain?
I did not know.
And there's 9 different chemicals that run through each 5 parts. When something traumatic happens, you know, you've always heard that saying, I've heard it a lot where it says, you know, if you watch a lot of porn, it changes the way it reconditions your mind. Or if something traumatic happens, it reconditions the way you think, and then you got, you know, PTSD and all these other things can happen from that. Well, what causes that is that each different 5 parts of your brain is meant to handle a certain percentage of each of the 9 chemicals. And when something traumatic happens or something, you know, whatever, something gets, you know, what it means by your brain being rewired and reconditioned, okay, means that there's a certain part of your brain that isn't conditioned to handle a certain level of one of the 9 chemicals, that now you're forcing it to handle a higher level of that chemical. And when it handles that higher level of chemical, then it reconditions it. That part reconditions and says, oh, now I'm supposed to handle this level of this.
Yeah.
That's where chemical imbalances come from. I've done it. I've read lots of books on this, and I've studied lots of books on PhDs and stuff that are, you know, that are
Research this.
Yeah, research this. But yeah, that's how that happens. So when I say your consciousness, you know, when thoughts come into your consciousness, you know, is this harmful or helpful to my target or my goal? You're rewiring your brain.
Oh, yes.
To ultimately focus on your goals. Then having that process in place that builds up your confidence, where you can execute on what needs to be done. You see how that goes together?
Oh no, I'm following, I'm tracking.
Yeah, but people don't think in those realms. They're thinking ABC and 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, you gotta train people. You have to be trained to do that stuff for sure.
Exactly. Stand in a room with a cup. Put a tennis ball out in the audience. Okay, I saw this done one time online. And then ask somebody, hey, I want you to put that ball in this cup. I will guarantee you out of 10 people, 9 of them will throw it. And 1 of them will actually walk over and put the ball in the cup.
Interesting.
Usually, 9 times out of 10, it's somebody who's been in the military
Okay.
that will go over, walk over, and put it right in the cup.
Interesting.
Unless it's a really good sales guy.
Okay.
Okay. When it comes to making that sales call, make it immediately. Grant Cardone says, don't waste time as your enemy when it comes to business. Do not waste time when it comes to making that sales call. Or calling that person back that's interested in your product or your service.
Oh, sure.
Okay? Oh, well, I'm going to go to the coffee break room and get some coffee and then maybe stop by the bathroom and use the restroom. You're giving yourself opportunity and time to build up more shit that you got to get over when it actually comes into closing that deal.
Yeah. Instead of just doing
So
it right.
now, instead of just going right into there and just dealing with the customer's
React right
objectives,
away.
now you got to overcome your own objectives as well as the customer's objectives. It's all psychological.
No. I fully agree with you, and I've experienced that myself. Act on what you know right away instead of trying to talk yourself out of things.
That doesn't mean be an idiot.
No.
And just jump on everything, you know.
No. You have to apply a wisdom and discernment to it. That was outstanding. I think we have a lot to learn, and I appreciate that you know.
And read a lot.
No. One. That's a great question.
Read a lot.
That's a great. Well, I was just going to